So hi, Assalamualaikum, and today we are going to present on storyboard. So I'm Shaminadra and my teammates are Nazura, Nasuha, Nabila Huda and also Alia Shamimi. So what is a storyboard? A storyboard is a sequence of slides or panels that depict the flow of a certain media format. Generally, it is an outline of illustration. So it may consist of scenes, dialogues, and it will be arranged in sequence in order to produce a storyline that everybody can understand it. So I gave an example on KitKat. So they use a storyboard to advertise the KitKat. So when do we use storyboard? It is when we want to promote product for commercial, and in television show and also in movies you can see every scene they have storyboards, also television show, and in play or theater they have also the scenes, and in comic books obviously it is an obvious example. And why do we use storyboard? To share our vision, what we imagine, the flow, the storyline, we can share it with others. So it can make production much easier and can save time, even though it looks complicated. So I'll pass it to my next presenter.
Okay, moving on to the next part, types of storyboard. Okay, the first one is sticky notes. Okay, by using sticky notes, you can create a storyboard since it is easy to organize ideas as you go along. So, how can you do it? Use sticky notes to draw your rough picture of the shot and then place them on a board, any board, or on a plain paper. And then make sure the surface is dry so the paper will, the sticky note will stick. Okay? And then write the short description or dialogue beneath every scene. Okay. You can see from the picture here. Okay, the first scene, the second scene, the third scene. So it's easy to organize from here to here or from here to here. Okay? Okay, and the next one is animation. So it's by drawing rough sketches of scenes, and by using animation, you have to identify which shots or angle you want to use to make the storyboard. So these sketches will be drawn on a paper, okay, like in the picture here. So you draw on paper based on the template that you can either draw by yourself or you can download it from the internet. Okay? And then the next one is digital storyboard. Okay, as you can see here, if you want to save paper, you can use computer to make storyboard. So you can download the storyboard template just like using a paper, or you can do it by yourself using Photoshop or Paint or any application that is available. And then you can use the drawing tools to create picture in each box. Okay, and then you can put the description beneath the box as well. So this technique can save environment, and it's easy, and it's easy to do it, and it's easy to share with anyone else. So that's it.
Okay, next I will explain on how to make a storyboard. Okay, so the first thing that you have to do in creating a storyboard is to establish a timeline. So you have to decide when and where your story takes place, and which order the events of the story happen chronologically. And if the story is not completely linear, for example, there are flashbacks, flash forwards, shifting perspective, or time travel, you can still create a narrative timeline. You just have to make a list of the main events of the story in the correct order. Alright. The second thing you have to do is to identify the key scenes. You have to pick scenes that show the plot developing from start until the finish. And you have to remember that turning points are very important. Turning points are, for example, like plot twists and all that. If the setting changes in story, for example, change of place, make sure to include that in the illustrations. And if you are storyboarding for a commercial, you have to keep in mind that for a 30 seconds commercial, you should have not more than 15 frames. Alright, the next thing you have to do is to write the description of what each cell will show. So this will help you to determine what exactly to draw on your storyboard. The next thing is you have to decide what medium to use for the template. You can draw your storyboard by hand, but the setup should look similar to that of a comic book strip. Or you can also get your storyboard online from Adobe Illustrator, PowerPoint, Amazon Storyteller, or storyboard.com. And you have to bear in mind that the cell sizes should be drawn as the required ratio, which is for TV screen is 4:3 and for film screen is 16:9. Okay, and then you have to sketch your thumbnails. You have to include 6 items in your thumbnails. The first one is composition. Composition includes lighting, background, and also color palette. And the second one is angle from which the camera will shoot. Either the camera will shoot from the high angle or low angle. And the third one is type of shot. It can be point of view shot, wide shot, or close-up shot. And then the next thing is props, which is object in the frame, and then actors. The actors can either be people, animal, or even cartoon. And the next thing is special effects. You have to include that in your story.
And after that, you can add other important information where you can add some description in this column below. So whenever you want to discuss with your friends, you are easy to reference it. And you can also add some dialogues here, and also some information about the length of the time of the storyboard. And lastly, don't forget to add numbers of the cells. So whenever you want to discuss with a friend, it's easy for you to reference of the storyboard. And after that, finalize the storyboard. So after you finish add the important information, you can finalize the storyboard, where you need to finally review your work and make some changes. And you can also consider adding some color, so to make your storyboard look more interesting, and this will help your ideal spot. And after that, it's time for the fine tuning, where you have to think in 3-point perspective. So whenever you're drawing the storyboard, you have to think the different perspective from every person in the storyboard. For example, the ones who is standing further from the camera, it may look smaller, and the one who is standing closer to the camera, it may look bigger. And after that, have motivations for your cards. Here you have to you're making a new plot point. You need to give a reason for why the characters are there. So this will help you figure out how to build tension and keep the story moving. And Alright, hi, my name is Alia. So now I will explain to you tips on creative scoreboarding. Alright, there are 5 tips. The first one is layout efficiency and cleanliness. Alright, no matter how good your contents are, it can be ruined by a badly disorganized layout. So before you start with your layout, make sure you sketch a draft. Make a draft, and then you can proceed with your layout. Right. So make sure the scenes, the characters,
it's organized well. Alright. Alright. The next tip is character positioning. Character positioning is related to how you use your body language, how you use your eye contact, your hand gestures, and your facial expression. Alright. You can take advantage of your pose, do that, do this, do some face expression, to make your scoreboard to be more fun and interesting. All right. And the next point is coloring and effects. All right, scoreboarding, they offers special effects. All right. For example, they have effects like sepia, black and white. Yeah. Oh yeah, they also have filter like the textured one. So you can use all of them. You can use them to make your scoreboarding to look interesting and fun. Alright, so the next point is consistency. Yeah, this is important. You need to be consistent with your layout. You need to be consistent. For example, you use the same color, or maybe you use the same font. Yeah, you just need to organize it well. Alright, so the last point is you can include quizzes or tests. Alright, sort of you ask your audience question. It's like, yeah, so just include some quizzes and tests to make your scoreboarding to be more fun, more creative, and more interesting. So I think that's all for me. Thank you.